Nice. That's one of them new Ben Franklins you count there, baby pop.
You don't stop.
Gotta get that money.
You don't stop.
Oh man, this is how we do it. East, west.
Today we're going to talk about, I'll make a few videos about this too, but we're going to talk about signs that she's not ready. So, signs that she's not ready for a long-term, fully committed, put a ring on it, lunging on the ground, wedding bells in the air type of situation or relationship. So, before we start, this does not mean that she may not be ready to be committed on any level, or she may not be ready to date. She may very well be ready to date or be ready to take things serious or take herself serious, but she may not be ready to fully commit, or she may have some things that she needs to work on if she's showing these types of signs. So today is going to be volume 1 of this series. I'm going to make a lot of different volumes because there's so much to talk about. So this video could easily be, you know, an hour or maybe even an hour and a half if I ran through all of them. So I'm going to break these up so that we keep the attention span fresh, all right? But number one sign she's not ready is that she only speaks in terms of teamwork, and 50-50. So while some people may be going, well, how is that a red flag? That means she's willing to contribute. That means that she wants to work together as a group. That means yada, 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 all right? You are right, but you are also mistaken, because what you're gonna get is someone who only thinks of being able to fill voids with each other. She's not thinking in the sense of, I'm a high-level individual and you're a high-level individual, and I want to come together and form this super team that's unbreakable and undeniable against all odds. She's thinking from the standpoint of, I'm going to help you and you're going to help me. So what you need to be aware of is that if she's not fully developed in all areas, and if you are fully developed in all areas, or you're further along in your self-development and self-awareness and individuality and professional development and cognitive awareness and all of those things, if you're more developed than her, you're going to spend a lot of your time picking her up, educating her, counseling her, calming her down, making sure her emotions are in check, and all of this shit, right? And in her world, that's going to be exactly what she wants, and not with ill intent, because she's in the mind frame of teamwork and everything being equal and you two helping each other. But what ends up happening is that you end up helping her, she ends up benefiting from it, and you end up feeling drained, or you start to feel used, or you start to feel like she's a liability or she's a waste of time. And in her mind, y'all are working together as a team because y'all are together and you help her get through shit, and you're sticking by her, and she's loyal to you, and she has sex with you, and y'all may or may not be living together or whatever. So she's operating in full teamwork mode, and you sitting there looking like, bitch, before you showed up, I was Batman. And then you wanted to be Batman and Robin. But you're Robin with no skills. So we go to battle, and I'm having to save your ass all the time. And of course, I'm speaking in a metaphoric sense, but I think you guys get my drift. So if she only speaks in terms or in ways of 50-50, or you guys working together as a team, just know that you may be dealing with somebody who's not really looking to be a high-level individual. She's just looking to be a part of a situation that's really going to be able to help her and help her fill her voids and help her kind of move along while she benefits from the situation, without really knowing that she's not giving back a whole lot to the situation. Once again, not with ill intent, but as a man, as a red pill man, it is your responsibility to be aware of this shit, all right? So, number 2, if she has road rage. So, you may be thinking, like, what the fuck is this dude talking about? What the fuck does that have to do with relationship and her not being ready? I'm about to click out of this fucking video. If she displays road rage, what she's showing you is that she cannot handle situations, or she does not show extreme poise in situations that she cannot control. So if she's like that against other cars on the road, she's definitely going to be like that in your relationship. What you're seeing is someone who is showing behavior of not being able to handle change, not being able to handle sudden events, not being able to handle turmoil or natural turbulence in life. So you may be dealing with somebody who wants to be super manager-like or super controlled over her environment, and she may get easily or extremely pissed off when things don't go her way. And the easiest way, or one of the easiest ways to notice this about a woman, is if she displays a very intense level of road rage when you guys are driving together. All right, so if y'all are in a car and she's driving and it's just some fucking normal traffic on the road, or you guys happen to be moving around when it comes to, you know, peak hour traffic, and she's honking the fucking horn and she's yelling and cussing and spitting and yelling at cars and all that type of shit like that, just know that there's a really big chance that when something doesn't go her way in real life, or in her other parts of her life, or in the relationship, that she's going to respond in a very emotional, non-logical, turbulent type of way as well. Now, you may be thinking, oh, that's just women, that's just what women do. And you are absolutely right. But on this playlist, on this channel, we talk about, or we're striving to have the highest level of quality experience, not ownership. So we don't want to own shitty things. We don't want to be entitled to shitty behavior or shitty things. We're always trying to check that shit, always trying to look out for that shit. So we are in the mindset of quality of experience, or quality experience, not ownership of shit and just shrugging the fact that, oh, that's just how it is. We may know that's how it is, but we need to make sure that we stay on top of these factors too. So if she got road rage, then know that she gonna have some rage in y'all's relationship too if shit don't go her way. So be ready for that. And that rage could be passive. It may not be out and about or yelling or screaming at you, but just know that she's not all the way in control of her emotional content if she shows you or displays road rage. All right. And number 3, to know that she's not ready, our final tip of the day, to know that she's not ready for a long-term, fully committed, marriage-like, lunging down on the ground, wedding bells type of relationship, is that she is obsessed with vacation and travel. Once again, you may be like, what the fuck does that have to do with a committed relationship? If she's obsessed with taking vacations, if she's always talking about how she needs to get away, or she's always talking about going back to her last vacation spot, and she's always complaining about fundamental life things, and, you know, every other day she's talking about taking a trip or traveling the world or something like that, you are dealing with somebody who's not really comfortable with reality, or they're not 100% comfortable with reality. If you're with somebody who always feels like they need to get away, this is going to be somebody who is going to be naturally concerned with, or a little bit scared of, facing harsh truths, harsh realities, real life, fundamental things. If you guys want to start a family together, she may be the type of person who's in love with the idea of being married. She may be in love with the idea of having kids. She may be in love with the idea of having a house, or the idea of investing in property or some shit like that. All the shit that matters to you as a man, but she's not really ready or mature enough in a way to accept and deal with the reality of that, or those realities, if that makes any sense. All right. So if she's super obsessed with vacation, that means that she's just really looking to have fun. She's really looking to have a good time. That's where her brain stays. She gets fatigued really easily with just everyday life or everyday activity. Now, for granted, she may be in a space where she's doing something that is really not her calling, or she may be doing something that's more of a transitional phase. But once you've kind of established that, you know, she's on the right path, she's doing the right things for herself, she's not necessarily all over the place, she's just kind of naturally, you know, turned off by doing the things that adults do, or she's always talking about getting away or taking a fucking vacation, or she's obsessed with travel, just know that she hasn't quite developed the capacity to be a highly functioning, responsible adult for herself, which means that she's going to have a very low, if capacity at all, low capacity or any capacity at all, to really deal with the ins and outs of dealing with another person and their dreams and their visions. I'm talking about your ass, all right? So if she's not really super comfortable or super confident in what she's got going on, in the sense of not feeling like she needs to get away all the fucking time, then she's not going to be super comfortable or super confident when it comes to dealing with those types of consistency matters in a relationship that requires you guys to grow and build and progress together. Eventually, she's going to feel like the relationship is too much work, or she's going to get bored, or she's going to want to venture off and see what else is out there, or she may start going out more with her friends or hanging out, some shit like that, just because she's going to have the type of personality type that, or at least in that moment to where, or those moments or that period of time to where she's not really mature enough to deal with the real life consistency that it takes to grow or build things long term when it's not fun or when it's not exciting, you know. So if she's always talking about traveling or getting away or some shit like that, it's not necessarily a red flag, but just know that she's not ready for that highest tier or that top tier of commitment. So keep dating her, keep it cool, keep it casual, know this shit, and then keep it fun, you know, to keep her interested if you still want her ass around. But know that regardless of what she says to you or what she may profess that she wants or that she's ready for, look at her real life habits and know these things to be the truth, and then know how to move forward properly and appropriately in your world for yourself, as a man standing on his own 2 feet. And don't get trapped in listening to her words. Look at her actions and then be able to adjust from there. This is volume 1 of Signs That She's Not Ready. Volume 2 will be out soon. I'll see y'all later. Peace.